AromaticChat, the podcast that introduces you to registered, clinical, and certified aromatherapists around the world. Every other week, my bestest friend, partner in crime, and business partner sits down with a different aromatherapist to learn about their aromatic journey and how they use aromatherapy in their lives and businesses. AromaticChat is produced by Lemon Balm Coaching. Your host is Melissa, Master Transformational Coach and registered aromatherapist.
Hey friends, welcome to episode number 81. Aromatic Chat with Raghda Abdelmaksoud. Raghda holds a bachelor's in English literature and arts, as well as supply chain management, and has been practicing clinical aromatherapy since 2015. She has over 23 years of global business development experience in medicinal and aromatic plants, flavors, fragrance and essential oil industries, and she teaches aromatherapy internationally. Raghda has her aromatic hands involved in so much more, and I want you to hear it all from her. So let's get started. Awesome. Raghda, I am so thankful that you are here on Aromatic Chat. We actually met last year in 2022 at the Aroma Summit, and I was like, oh, I need to have her on the podcast. So thank you so much for coming on.
Well, thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here today with you.
Excellent. Is this your first podcast?
Oh, no.
No? Okay. All right.
Yeah, I can't remember since I have been to the aromatherapy world. I can't remember how many podcasts I've done. I love them all, and
Excellent.
but I'm super excited because yes, when we met last year, it was great to know about you, and I listened to most of the podcasts you do, and you're doing an amazing job. So thank you.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that. Well, let's just go ahead and start with your story. How did you end up here with the Ebers School? I mean, like I know none of our journeys are a straight path. So
Correct. Yeah. Well, okay. So let's start. So I am a graduate of English literature and arts. So I thought I'm gonna be a writer and write books, and I'm still do. None of this happened. So once I finished school, and that was in Egypt. So I was born and raised in Egypt, and I joined a company who was doing flavors, fragrance, and essential oils. And I started with them, and I'm still kind of consulting to them. So during my work, I was responsible for the supply chain and business development. So worked with perfumers, chemists, audit suppliers, traveled to more than 25 countries, and I fall in love with this industry and the chemistry and everything, and it's a fast-paced one where you're always stressed, you're always having shipments, you're always auditing suppliers. So I've been working globally in different projects, and in 2013 we moved to the US, me and my family, my small family, and I worked on a project. It was like a global venture project to introduce essential oils to an herbs and spice company. And the project was part in Albania, Turkey, Egypt, with the USA. So the mission was to develop the essential oil division in this company, and it was a 5 years project. So it was a journey that I loved. So in one particular phase of the project, I said, oh, okay, I know that the fragrance people and the flavor people are buying a lot of essential oils, but why aromatherapy are buying essential oils? So let me just go and see what these people are doing with the essential oils. And I thought that I know everything about the essential oils. So I went and I attended a class, and I was like, oh my God, this is different. When you have this aha moment and uh, you are with a completely different group of people, smelling differently, talking differently, and I'm going there with my coffee, and I remember I was having the McDonald's breakfast, and everyone was looking to me. I was like, okay, well, what's happening? Why they are looking to me like this? And after a week, I realized everything. So it was a life-changing experience for me. Fast forward, I studied for 3 years until I became a clinical aromatherapist. And in 2018, I decided, you know what? I don't want to work anymore in corporate. I just want to have my own little consultancy and start, working with I love supply chain and business development, and I love the industry, and I love aromatherapy. So why
Mhm.
can't I marry both of them? So I enjoyed working with, aromatherapists and clients, and then the teaching came into the picture. It happened that I am in New Jersey, and my good friend and lead instructor Ginger Andrew is living in New Jersey too. So we started having in-person workshops and classes. Then I developed the school, and I became the NAHA certified school, and teaching in person, online, in the US and in Egypt, and planning to develop this to the Middle East as well, to all like Arabic speaking countries. So that's the journey and how I ended
Wow.
up being an aromatherapist.
Oh, wow. That's amazing. So is Arabic your first language?
Arabic is my first language, and
Okay.
English is my second language.
Beautiful. Wow. So are you still practicing and seeing clients, or really have you just moved to teaching?
So, I have a different setup. So I am not doing individual clients. So teaching is a big part of what I do. So it's the online and in-person certification programs or the special workshops. And I work with organizations and clinically. So we teach and do products and formulations to mental health associations, to hospitals, specifically palliative care. We work with schools as well, and with doctors who wants to develop some products to their patients. So this is in addition to teaching. Then the other part is we are doing study tours. So I wanted, yeah, this started in 2019. So it was actually just right after the NAHA conference in Utah in 2018, and I said, okay, why can't I take all these beautiful people to see real life, to see their suppliers, to audit them, to see the everything that happened in the value chain, and in addition to that, see the country, the culture. And we started doing this, and it was a big learning curve to everyone, even me,
Yes.
seeing the country with different eyes and going to places that I've never been to before, and seeing everyone in the study tours becoming good friends and sharing dreams, sharing stories, sharing, a lot of stuff. And we have people coming for the fourth year, the same people coming over and over again. And that's another way of teaching, where you are in the action itself.
Right. And I know that you obviously had to stop your tours because of the Rona, but didn't you recently start it back
So,
up?
we actually were very lucky and fortunate. We in 2020. March 2020, we were in Egypt. And we came back just one day before they closed the airports there. And
Oh my word.
luckily, no one was sick. We stopped and then we continued after that. So
Mhm.
last year there was a tour, and then next year in 2024 we are going to Morocco, not Egypt this time.
Morocco. So in the past it's been Egypt each
It's been
time.
only Egypt. Yeah.
Oh. So
Yeah.
what could people look forward to going to Morocco?
Oh, wow, a lot. So, Morocco is just another amazing magical place. So where they all of us are looking forward to this, even me. I have been to Morocco before, so I can tell that Marrakesh is just an amazing place to walk in the old souk and see the spices and how the argan, the real argan is done in a traditional way. And then in Casablanca, where we are going to visit the factory, where they can see how the oils are distilled and cold pressed. Then also meeting the indigenous people of Morocco, going to two historical places, which is Fez and Meknes, and seeing all the blue and white, buildings. So I think it's a lot of things to look forward to, colors, smells, people, like culture, food, and the Moroccan cuisine, of
Well,
course, one
yeah,
of the
food.
best cuisines in the world. Yes,
That's why we go on vacations for the food.
exactly. Yeah.
Amazing. So really, Eber School is just kind of an umbrella for in-person, online, and these amazing educational trips.
Yes.
Wow. How do you do it all? I am sure people are listening going, wow, how do you do it all? Like, there's only so many hours in a day.
Yes.
How do you
Yes.
do it?
Project management, working 25 years in the industry, you have to learn how to prioritize things. And I have a lot of good, of experience and a lot of good friends in different countries who, I always go to when I need to put a trip together. And working with the tour agent company that is doing this for us, then working with Ginger and having meetings every week in order to plan for the workshops and the and the classes, and that's it. So time management,
Beautiful. When I
project
spoke with
management.
Ginger a few months back, you guys were just ramping up, getting ready to go back into the classroom to have
Yes,
hands-on in-person classes. How
yes.
has that been for you?
Well, we had great in-person classes in New Jersey, really, because we've been going to like a historical farm with people, and we were doing certification program in the studio, and all of it, it's a totally different experience. It's not the typical class, so our classes are more fun, more interactive, more multi-sensory, and we've been very busy with the corporates and the teaching and the organizations. So we're planning actually for August and September for in-person classes. We're still working on the concepts. Um, so hopefully it will be launched soon. But we're having a lot cooking. So
Mhm.
we're having Ginger preparing for the spiritual phytoessencing class. And then I'm working on two other classes. One of them is Seven Sacred Scents, which is going to be a co-teaching with an Egyptologist. who reads and writes the ancient Egyptian language. So we're taking people to Egypt online and showing them how the ancient Egyptian lives holistically and how those seven sacred oils are going to change their life. And another class, which is going to be with uh, um, an amazing modality, which is called chromatic healing. So it's kind of a color therapy, and we're doing some work in Egypt with Mohammed, who is the co-teacher. And we're trying to use essential oils with chromatic healing and do some studies, some case studies to see the effect of the essential oils with the color therapy, and especially with autistic kids. And so this is ongoing, and I can't wait to do both classes.
Oh my gosh, that sounds amazing. And honestly, I mean, like you're like on fire for what you're doing. I don't know, I'm sure everybody can hear that. I'm sure they can hear it. Like, it's not just like you're sitting there going, well, I teach these classes and it's good and we enjoy them, but like you are invested in what you're doing and it's shining through. So, wow, thank you.
Yeah. No, thank you. You know, I'm telling you, aromatherapy for me is a passion. So I love doing it, and I love reading and researching and listening and teaching. So, you know, you interact with people, and I've never in my wildest dream imagined that I will be in this place one day. You know, when you work in corporate, when you work in supply chain and in business development, it's very stressful. It's very stressful, but here I am.
Wow. But I love that you took what you did and have applied it here in aromatherapy. So you've taken this really structured career and brought it into our, amazing aromatic field, which is very feminine energy, right? Very feminine
Yes.
energy. But you've brought
Yeah.
in this structure and you're taking the knowledge that you've gained for decades and weaving it into this amazing business model. I mean, really, just amazing. Thank you for showing up here and sharing that with us. And I'm
Thank
curious, like, who is inspiring you? Who's behind the scenes that gives you inspiration? Because I feel like someone who has this level of structure, this level of knowledge, this level of passion hasn't just come upon it.
There's two role models in my life. Uh, One is my husband, who is very supportive and backing me up, and he is very organized, you know. So, always pushing you, always backing you up, always giving you the support that you need. And this helped me in both careers, really, and of course, in my kids with them, but he said. And then my other mentor is my boss in Egypt, who taught me everything, discipline, resilience, um, to be a leader, you know, to help people, even your competitor, and to never give up and to just follow your dreams. So, when you look at two successful people, and both of them are very, hard workers, and also they are great husbands and parents, each and with his family. So both of them really touched my life in a very positive way.
I'm curious. I mean, you're so passionate about aromatherapy, but I'm curious if you have any other hobbies or things outside of aromatherapy that you enjoy.
Well, yeah. Well, so I enjoy reading a lot and I enjoy cooking. So I think if I'm not an aromatherapist, I would be a cook, like a
Mm,
chef. So so that's it. And of course, traveling.
hmm. Well, being a chef is like aromatherapy.
Yeah, kind
I,
of. Yeah.
I mean, really, if you think about all of your comfort foods, that's cooking, and
Yes.
it's all about aromas. So
Yeah.
I
Yes.
think those two careers would mesh beautifully.
Yeah, but I love traveling, and when I travel, I don't really like to go to touristic places. I really like to go to markets, to restaurants, to small grocery stores, and to talk to people. And
Mhm.
it would be great if I can go to people's house. Just this is how you really know the culture.
Yes. Yes, I agree. My husband and I, we haven't traveled a lot, but the traveling that we've done off the beaten path.
Yeah,
We love to go to museums in the local, whatever area we go to, we find the nerdiest tours you can possibly do. Yeah, that's what we enjoy too.
yeah.
So, and find me a good bookstore in the middle of my vacation, and
Oh my God. Yeah,
oh, yeah, yeah, that's amazing. That's
that
amazing.
too. Yeah.
So tell us, share a story about how you have seen aromatherapy help yourself, someone else, a family member. Because I feel like these stories that we hear about how aromatherapy works keep the fire going for our passion for aromatherapy. I was just telling someone today when I was in school for aromatherapy, like I know it works, but to see it work in someone
Yeah.
else was just it just lit me up.
Yeah, that's true because there is a lot of skeptic people, and there is a lot of people who doesn't believe that it worked,
Mhm.
and like us, we do believe and we can see it work. So I actually have a lot of good stories. So one story is that I was working on an inhaler blend and was a doctor, was an MD, and this blend was going to be used in clinic in Thailand.
Mm,
So it's a completely different culture, um, different botanicals there, and a lot of stuff. And also, when you're working with doctors, it's if unless they really um, understand the holistic way of dealing with their patients, they are not really big believers in essential oils or aromatherapy.
right.
So we've been working on this for like months, and then boom, we had the blend, and I just sent it, and I was in Egypt with the tour at this time, and then I got a text message, and while reading it, I was literally crying because it was thank you very much from all the moms in Thailand that we worked with them and their kids with this inhaler. They are happy and they are more thankful because we gave them this inhaler, and it was, I believe it was a small village that they are, they don't have access to a lot of health care and stuff. And this was really touching for me
Mm,
because I didn't see the people, but I can, from a small text message, I saw like that a simple inhaler was helping people. And so, and I was like, I can't even describe the feeling at that point. And any other time, when you're helping like a friend going through like a hard time, I have a group that my closest friends in Egypt, when I always travel there, because I go there once or twice a year,
mhm.
and we do a small like gathering, and I always use aromatherapy, specifically things from there like jasmine or geranium, and we have those little cute cards where you open them and and read them and then use this. And if you can see the before and after and how their mood change and start relaxing and stuff, so that this is something that I always look forward to do it with them. Then my uh, students who are very active, and two of them are skincare formulators, and um, they were the ones that always asking the questions during the in-person training.
Mm-hmm.
And once they are done with the aromatherapy training and the safety, and they were always confused like all of us, and having all the safety books and start checking, they started using essential oils in a right way in their product line. And they are always sending me screenshots of how their clients are loving the products, whether it's a diffuser blend or whether it's a skincare blend, and how they are helping a lot of people. So even in a subtle way, you are not directly helping people, but you're
Right.
helping people who help other people.
Oh, that's amazing. Thank you so much for sharing all of that. You've said a word a couple of times, and I would love for you to just explain it in case there's anyone listening who doesn't understand what holistic means.
Okay, so holistic means whole for me. So you're looking to a person as a whole, mind, body, and soul. So everything that you do should be holistic. So let's take me or you, for example. So it's what you eat, what you drink, what you read, what you do, what you wear, what you think, and what you feel. So you cannot deal with one aspect and leave the other one. You're a whole person. So that's holistic.
Thank you. I actually just had that conversation with a client today, explaining that to them. So thank you so much.
You're
What are you working
welcome.
on right now that has you really excited?
Okay, so I'm working on the Seven Sacred Scents class and reading a lot of books for, Egyptology and documentaries, watching documentaries, having meetings back and forth with my team, and trying to put this together. So that's one thing that I'm really excited to, and I'm working on another project with Ginger. So we want to do the coming in person workshop that we talked about, um, and have art and scent together. So it's going to be an art project and a blend project, and it's going to be a surprise in this workshop because I don't want to burn the surprise now, but it's going to be a completely new thing, that new crazy idea that we have, and hopefully it will people will love it.
Oh, I love that. And I love the collaboration that you have with Ginger because she's so unique, so artist. I mean,
Yes,
just
yes,
that
yes.
is a
It,
beautiful collaboration.
this is how we all, help each other. Everyone has different experiences coming from different backgrounds. So when people work together, they thrive.
Beautiful things happen.
Of course, of
Absolutely.
course.
So the mission of Aromatic Chat is to connect you with people, the listeners. So how can people find you and what you're doing, your courses, your educational trips, your in-person workshops? How can people find everything?
Sure. So we are on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube under Eber's School of Aromatherapy, or Eber's Aromatherapy, and online ebersaromaschool.com. the email for the school is info@ebersaromaschool.com. We're always happy to have people reaching out to us via email or call us or chat with us anytime. So they can
Excellent.
reach us on any social media or through the website.
Is there a wait list or something like that for the Moroccan trip where people could get onto an email waiting list?
Actually, the Morocco trip is half full. So, yes. So, as you know, it's in April 2024, and we always have 20, we need 20 people only, so it can be more, controllable and have more, because we have,
Hmm.
a lot of places to go and a lot of travels to do. So, on the website, there is a link to the tour, so people can go and see the itinerary, and if they want to be on a waiting list, they can just email us, and we just communicate with them. It's first come, first serve, as they
Mhm.
said. Because it's a group tour, we have to book the flights
Mhm.
maximum September, and also the hotels. So we make sure that the flights and the hotels are booked. So yeah, so we're half
Beautiful.
full.
Wow. Half full, and it's
Yeah,
still a year away. That's amazing.
yes.
Good job. Wow. So
Thank you.
that tells me that people are just loving what you're doing if you've already booked half of your trip for next year.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
amazing.
and we're always, we're always learning, we're always taking surveys, and if anybody have any comment or any suggestion, we're doing it because we really want people to enjoy
Mhm.
and to come back.
Beautiful. So tell us about the name of the school. Where does
Okay.
the name Ebers come from?
So Ebers is an ancient Egyptian papyrus. It's actually the first papyrus that doesn't have magic in it. So, most of the Egyptian papyruses, they have magic and science, both. So, Ebers is the only one that only have science in it. It has more than 800 recipes of herbal medicine and yes, and skincare or skin products. And actually, Ebers is the last name of the guy who discovered the papyrus, and now it sits in the museum in Berlin, Germany.
Wow. That's really cool. That's so cool. The history, the
Yeah,
deep, rich history coming out of
yes.
Egypt. That's amazing. That's amazing. Now, I did see on your guest profile that you had a free gift for the listeners. Would you tell us about your free gift?
Yes, so actually, we have a free introduction to aromatherapy, and there's another free gift, which is going to be a skincare ebook.
Mm,
So I didn't add this in the forum, so that's just added today. So they can download the ebook anytime, and then they can just go and check the free introduction uh, to aromatherapy course.
excellent. Thank you so much. I know the listeners are going to be all over that. So thank you. And as we close out our time together, I just want to give you the opportunity to share whatever it is that you have on your heart. If you feel like we've forgotten something, or um, if there's just some inspiring words you want to leave the listeners with, whatever it is, this time is yours.
Sure. Well, first of all, thank you because I really love the chat and all the questions and having this time with you. And I hope I didn't talk a lot because once I talked about aromatherapy, I can't stop.
But that's okay because this podcast is about you. I want you to talk. So that's perfect. Thank you.
Well, I have a very a quote that I love to Gibran Khalil Gibran, who is a Lebanese writer. And it said, "A traveler I am and a navigator, and every day I discover a new region within my soul.
Mm.
So just I want to tell people, don't stop discovering. Don't be afraid. Just be who you are, and just go with it.
I love Khalil Gibran. Great philosopher. Beautiful. Thank you so much, Raghda, for coming on to Aromatic Chat. I appreciate you and what you're doing in the aromatic world with your school and the trips. And I just appreciate you. And I'm so, so thankful for you.
Thank you very much. And it was great having you and talking with you. And thank you for your time and for what you do to the aromatherapy world as well.
Thank you. Salam alaikum.
Alaikum assalam. Thank you.
Beautiful. Yay. Don't stop discovering. You know, there's a saying that I hear pretty regularly, and it goes like this: I'm a work in progress. I think people tend to use this phrase when they're befuddled by their own behavior or trying to sugarcoat something that they've done that they know isn't that great. I'm a work in progress. Well, it is true. We are all works in progress because none of us have arrived. The problem with this phrase and this line of thinking is that even though we say we are works in progress, how many of us are actually working on ourselves? And what does working on yourself even look like? Maybe you could work out at the gym or do home workouts or adjust your diet. But unless you're working on the underlying beliefs that have led you to the gym or nutrition, you're really just putting a Band-Aid on your deeper wound. What if you could be a traveler and navigator like Khalil Gibran said? What if you could discover new regions in your soul? It is totally possible to do this, but many times you need someone to help you navigate to find those regions. And guess what? I'm a great navigator. So I invite you to reach out and begin working on yourself today. I invite you to discover those new regions of your soul. And I invite you to, as Raghda said, discover. I invite you to schedule an emotional healing discovery call with me today. Oh my word, what an amazing conversation with Raghda Abdelmaksoud. I'm so glad that you joined me for this episode, and I will include all of the links mentioned in today's episode in the show notes. Every time you listen, share, and review the podcast, you're supporting the mission of Aromatic Chat to connect people with the aromatherapist that meets their wellness needs. Aromatic Chat is produced by Lemon Balm Coaching, and I'm your host, Melissa, Master Transformational Coach and Registered Aromatherapist. My passion is working with people who are emotionally numb. I walk beside you as you reconnect mind, body, and spirit. There's that holism we were talking about, so that you can heal. And you can connect with me on the web at lemonbalmcoaching.com and Instagram at lemonbalmcoaching. I will see you next time with our next episode. Until then, peace, love, and aromatics.